It's my pleasure to announce our first award for tonight, which is the Commercialisation Collaboration Award, and also to welcome Ruth Richardson back in a short moment to present this award. This award recognises outstanding new collaborations formed between multiple research organisations who are working together to build national scale around a technology platform or to address a business need. We have three finalists. They are Aldera Health, which is a collaboration with Waikato Link to develop an animal and plant corridor to position New Zealand to be truly competitive on the world stage as an innovative solutions provider for animal and health and plant health. Callaghan Innovation with the Ovine Automation Consortium, known as OAL, which is a new approach for the meat industry to collaborate together using R&D to lift their combined horsepower. And Plant and Food Research with Land Use Change and Intensification, or LUCI program, which has developed a range of computer-based soil, crop, nutrient and irrigation management tools to enable farmers to improve the economic performance of intensively managed land and reduce environmental impacts. We'll now have some videos of these three finalists.
I think like every good opportunity, we sat down over a coffee and said, why don't we see if we can build a serious animal health company in New Zealand? What we're trying to do is build from the New Zealand specific research base and take that to the world, and it's something that we've got to do in New Zealand all the time.
We expect to partner with manufacturers, with development companies, with laboratories, with commercial research organisations here in New Zealand and overseas to achieve our ends.
What you do in animals can actually really greatly impact humans' lives. It's that impact on people's lives from animal health, which is probably the most important.
So the innovation is really about bringing all the parties together. We've got almost all the meat industry together, we've got a couple of research providers involved, and then the meat industry bodies as well involved, which is quite unique to have so many companies together, and it gives us the horsepower to leverage the input of each individual party to really achieve some outcomes.
Well, the technology is designed for ovine processing, so we're hoping to be able to commercialise into the ovine sector, to commercialise the technologies being developed, and there are a suite of technologies around carcass evisceration and pelt removal in the first instance.
I mean, research and development is inherently very expensive, and to get a reward from that, you need a lot of users, but also you need a lot of funding to make it happen, and of course with that collaboration that's exactly what we've got.
So the Land Use Change and Intensification program, we call it LUCI, has been involved in developing a wide range of tools. The tools would be designed to help us predict the capacity of soils to supply nitrogen to a crop. And that information then becomes really useful in forecasting the amount of fertilizer that a farmer needs.
The collaboration has really arisen because we bring benefits to each other. The plant and food people have expertise in the intensive vegetable and arable production, whereas ag research has expertise in pastoral production, sheep and beef and dairy.
The industry now estimates that perhaps as many as 80% of the farmers across New Zealand are actually benefiting from the applications that have come out of that tool.
Just invite Ruth Richardson back to present this award. And the award winner is Callaghan Innovation. I'd like to invite Jeff Bates from Callaghan Innovation to come up and receive the award from Ruth Richardson.
What a cool trophy! Eh? Congratulations! Fantastic for Callaghan Innovation to be the first winner of the inaugural awards within an inaugural company. It's a very good start.
What an honour. It's awesome project.
Yeah.
Everyone else there. Thank you.
Our next award category is the Research Entrepreneur Award, and this recognises an entrepreneurial researcher or researchers who have made an outstanding contribution to business innovation or created innovative businesses in New Zealand through technology licensing, startup creation, or by providing expertise to support business innovation. Our finalists are Dr. John Abrahamson from ARC Active, who has been nominated by Research and Innovation from the University of Canterbury. Professors John Boys and Grant Kovic from Electrical and Computer Engineering Department of Auckland University, and they have been nominated by Uni Services. And Professors William Denny and William Wilson, co-directors of the Auckland Cancer Society Research Centre, again nominated by Uni Services.
The pressure on the car manufacturers to produce fuel-efficient vehicles is increasing. The market requires a battery with particular characteristics, and I think we've got the solution that can deliver that.
Taking an old piece of gear, which is a lead-acid battery, putting some new material into it to transform its capabilities.
It's been quite an interesting journey and a good example of research leading to commercial outcomes.
It's not often that you get this chance in a worldwide market.
It's an emerging opportunity, certainly billions of dollars, and I think we've got a solution that can capture a large share of that.
Auckland Cancer Society Research Centre has for a very long time now been involved in the generation and delivery to clinical trial of novel drugs for cancer therapy.
When we started out, the concept seemed obviously extremely simple and very attractive. But what we found is that we had to discover and develop a whole new technology to do it.
Well, I think over the years, bringing a number of drugs through into clinical trial, many of which were the first in their class, with commercial partners, we've really put New Zealand on the map in terms of our expertise in this particular area.
We're proud of the fact that we've built a team of people who are internationally the top of the list in that regard.
So we've pioneered wireless power transfer. What that enables is power to be transferred across large air gaps at high efficiency for lots of applications, and the latest and greatest of these is electric vehicle charging and power on the move.
When we started doing this, everyone said it was impossible, and we couldn't get funding because people said that's impossible. And the only people who would give us money were Uni Services. All the other funding agencies weren't interested. It was too risky to even consider.
So if you'd asked 3 years ago of the car manufacturers, was this technology going to be taken on board? The answer probably would have been it's unlikely. Today it's a no-brainer.
You could never have written this down and scripted it and said that's what you've got to do, because it would have been said, well, that's outlandish, that won't happen. But it has happened.
To be able to be involved in something which I could say to my kids, I'm making a difference, and look, I was involved in actually initiating that. That's pretty exciting.
Professors John Boys and Grant Kovic. Now, the judges said that this was a particularly challenging section for them to judge. All were outstanding candidates, and all will undoubtedly change the world in their individual areas of expertise. The judges said in relation to our winners, Boys and Kovic are passionate about their product, which will change the way we use power. They've showed great flexibility in innovating and creating their business, starting and executing in different ways, and experimenting over time to gain success. And they said this was a defining feature. They also said our professors have a big vision, but then have been innovative in a way in which the business has evolved. And it goes on. Also, despite facing much scepticism, they were determined to prove the market wrong and invent the unobtainable with a truly can-do attitude. Finally, Boys and Kovic epitomise great values, believing in being involved in something which has impact and is truly worthwhile. A round of applause. And this award recognises the deeply embedded working relationship between a research institution and organisation and business that delivers significant commercial value for New Zealand. Our three finalists are Auckland University of Technology, growing the New Zealand surf clam industry with Cloudy Bay Group, Callaghan Innovation, advanced sonar technology and partnering with industry for export impact, and Lincoln University with the New Zealand Seed Industry Alliance. Thank you.
Cloudy Bay clams came to us wanting to increase the amount of clams that can be harvested so they can grow their business. And what we did here is we put together an interdisciplinary team of scientists, and we put together this team that enabled us to go into the field and determine exactly how many clams are there.
We are not approaching this from a university-centric approach that's often divided by disciplines. We're looking at the business needs and addressing those regardless of what expertise might be required.
So currently the surf clam industry in New Zealand is quite small, a couple of $1 million a year in export earnings. With the R&D that we're providing, we would expect the mature industry to be bringing in $300 to $400 million in export earnings every year, and that's sort of where we're headed.
Technology enables a wider swath beam, so a swath beam is sort of the vision that you can get when you're looking on the sea floors, and along with that you get better resolution, which means if you're a commercial fishing operator, for example, you can be much more targeted and much more efficient about how you're fishing.
As the commercial operator in this partnership, we look at Callaghan and look at their skills and where they can actually help our R&D, and they have some amazing skills and science.
Got some real grunty kind of scientists, real scientists with deep thinking, and then on the other side from E&L you've got these really experienced engineers. So you've sort of got both the development side and the research side, and then when you put in the mix E&L's really in-depth understanding of the market, marine sonar market, I think you've got a recipe which is leading to some really exciting collaborations.
The Industry Alliance is a collection of researchers and seeds and the industry partners in our research programs that collectively are working together to ensure the survival of the seed industry and to take the opportunities we see existing particularly for increasing seed exports into the future.
So the increasing seed yields that our growers have been able to achieve with using this new technology and the seed companies has led to a doubling of grass seed exports, and now many European companies that were multiplying in Europe are coming to New Zealand to get companies like PPG Wrightson's to multiply seed to send back to Europe.
A round of applause for all our finalists. Yeah. I'd now like to invite Craig Richardson back to present this award. Craig. And the winner is Callaghan Innovation, advanced sonar technology. Yeah. And we'll invite Gareth Hodgson up to receive this award. What the judges said was that Callaghan Innovation and E&L have stepped beyond a partnership to where they both have skin in the game, and they're producing a world-leading product, and the partnership is already working on an array of products, helping to catapult New Zealand and reinforcing our leadership position in marine technologies. Please, another round of applause for the team. Many thanks, Andrew. We now come to the presentation of the BNZ Commercial Deal Award. This Commercial Deal Award celebrates excellence in research commercialisation, delivering outstanding innovation, and the potential for generating significant economic impact for New Zealand. We have three finalists: Grasslands Technology Limited, developing innovative plant technologies; Otago Innovation Limited, with Toxins Success; and Waikato Link Limited with bioplastic made from blood meal.
The research and development that we tend to fund is based around improving pasture genetics.
We talk to end user farmers and we also talk to commercial companies, and it's through those conversations we understand what are challenging farmers, particularly in terms of growing pasture that is persistent and high yielding.
One of our exciting developments of recent times has been Avenex branded perennial ryegrass, tall fescue. Its application is for airport use and also high performing sports grounds. Basically is able to repel both insects and birds and therefore reduce bird strike.
So we manage partners at the research end through our investments and targeted investments from commercial parties, but we also manage the delivery through commercial partners, and we do that both in New Zealand and offshore.
The key contributing elements is really building up the strength and the accuracy of the database over decades. So it's a very current resource. It's a resource that we know has saved lives. Well, business applications would be more related to large plants perhaps, refineries, supplementary information for hazardous chemicals databases. The National Poison Centre has certainly had government support from the Ministry of Health over many, many years. Once we started the commercialisation journey, then Otago Innovation, which is the commercialisation arm of the university, we have directly invested in the product because we saw it had great potential.
So Novatine is a bioplastic, and it's a bioplastic made of blood meal. Blood meal being a co-product of the red meat industry out of rendering. And we come up with granules, what we call Novatine granules. And those Novatine granules can be used by product manufacturers to manufacture a whole range of products.
There was sort of a wave worldwide to start looking at proteins again. You know, blood meal, you thought, oh, that's protein. Protein is a polymer, polymer is a plastic.
Now we have on board Wallace Corporation as a key investor in that, and that gives us enough traction and go forward to start developing a range of products from Novatine. It's very rewarding, not only for myself, but for others in the Waikato Link team that have been involved in this project since 2008.
It's my pleasure to invite David Blakey from BNZ to come up and present this award. And the winner is Otago Innovation for Toxin Success. So if we could invite Colin Dawson and colleagues to come up. What the judges said about Otago Innovation and Toxin Success was, this is a case study in monetising assets previously undervalued. It illustrates that simple ideas are often the best and how you're able to derive great value from data. The competitive win in this case speaks to the quality of the product and implementation. And Toxins is an example of taking over a market with a virtual, disruptive, weightless product. Congratulations, guys. We now come to the final award from tonight, and that is the BNZ's People's Choice Supreme Award. And again, if I can invite David to come back up to the stage. This award recognises overall excellence in research commercialisation, delivering significant commercial value for New Zealand. The winner is decided by the audience, that's many of you here today, based on the finalists' award day presentations. And the award winner is AUT Cloudy Bay Surf Clams. Associate Professor Lindsay White and Isaac Harbrook. And those of you who recall the video earlier on this evening basically talked about how potentially this industry was worth 300 or 400 million over time. So it's potentially a very valuable part of our fisheries resource. Congratulations, guys. Yeah. would you like to say a few words? Come on.
Actually, you know what I'd like to say is that it's kind of surprising that we won this, given the caliber of the people who were finalists tonight. Some of the other finalists are going to change the world. The guys sitting at our table, just absolutely incredible. And to our university, we're the youngest university in New Zealand, but the guys at AU2 Enterprises who sort of support us in our quest for engaging with industry, thanks to them too. So thank you very much.